We meant to talk about your beer on the air, but we would drink it before we record an episode. I'm sorry.
Know what you're ordering. It's not my fault you don't know what an India cream ale is.
Yeah, we created it.
How many more descriptions can I give you? You know what? I think you're just going the short route.
The only way that works is if I do something throughout the game and make them believe that I am a threat, right?
Yeah, there's some signs like that you just know the partnership's gonna work.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Please Dunk Responsibly. I'm one of your hosts, Ben Rice from the Barley Me Podcast. With me, as always, my co-host,
Phil Webster. Hey, how's it going, guys?
So good. And we're also doing an in-person, at a venue episode. We try to do this once a year. We try to do it more than that. We'd end up doing it once a year. We're here at Alaro Craft Brewery Kitchen with special guest.
Hey, how's it going? I'm head brewer Chris Keeton. Yeah.
Now, I heard you were the Duke.
Duke of Alchemy. Is that's my technical title. Yeah, absolutely. So the brewery's name is Alaro. We're named after the Alaro Castle, which is on the island of Mallorca, off the coast of Barcelona. So as we were, and then our main beer is Castillo. That's like our house IPA. So the Castillo is perfect.
Oh, food's in.
There we are.
Nice.
Some Frickles and some Papas Bravas. So
yeah,
delicious. So we try to keep with that regal theme, and so Ray and Annette are the Lord and Lady of Castle Alaro. And so Ray's ancestor, Ramon Ballesteros, was the Lord of the castle for Castle Alaro. And so that was kind of the draw to using that name. And then I'm of Spanish descent as well. Native from of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so Albuquerque is known as the Duke City because of Duke of Albuquerque. So it was like, I need you to pick a regal term, and I was like, done, dude. I'm a Duke. I got to call my granny and be like, Granny, I'm a Duke. I'm so proud of you. You made it. Nice little tie to my own hometown, and but then a Duke is also somebody that helps a king come to power and then rules over a province. And so that kind of fits our story with working with Ray,
Yeah, and that province is Western North Carolina? No, I'm sorry. Bringing it to basketball right away. I'm so sorry. All right. Oh, yes, right. The podcast. What we do.
Yeah. Right.
Compare players to beers, beers to players. It's basketball and beer. That's what we're going to do. So we don't know anything about you, Chris, as far as a basketball background. What do you got? Now, you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So the Lobos, New Mexico Lobos, they're our big basketball team. Obviously the Pit is a wonderful place to play basketball, to watch basketball. A couple national titles back in the 60s and 70s, I believe, but it's been a while since they've been up in the top. Hosted a final. Or not a final, Sweet 16, I believe, is what they hosted. And that was like my freshman year of college. So that was a lot of fun. Just the buzz around, see some top caliber teams playing. I'm a hockey player, So I played basketball when I was a kid. I was strictly defense though. I never had a good shot.
Okay.
And then I'm not big, right?
So you gotta be.
I'm a small Hispanic dude, So for me it was good positioning, good awareness. But eventually guys were just too tall for me. Which then
did they get fast too? You're like, well, you can't be fast and tall. This is bullshit.
My 3 strides is 1 stride to them, But I've always been a pretty gritty person, So like Dennis Rodman was one of my favorites, purely in just his hustle, tenacity to get up and down the court, getting under the basket, getting those rebounds, not getting pushed around. So I definitely had that small amount of small man syndrome. When I was a kid, I wasn't gonna get shut down, right? Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But then I'm left-handed too, so which then it got really easy to guard me because it was just left side every time.
Which is your strong side. It's your right hand. For right-handed people, like we just you're going right to my strong hand. Thank you.
Precisely. But I was born in San Antonio, so I grew up a Spurs fan.
Okay.
And Spurs. And so when I was a kid playing, the Spurs were everything.
Didn't hurt that they were pretty good.
Like even before the Duncan days, but
you're hitting Del Negro days. Sean Elliott days.
There you go.
Admiral when he was young.
Young Admiral.
Yep, exactly. So and growing up in San Antonio, I lived there till I was 3. So my mom tells this story. I don't necessarily remember it, but I wish I did. But she says there's a picture. I've never seen the picture either, but of David Robinson holding me as an infant, right?
That's
so,
dope.
That's dope.
but my whole body's like in his hand up to his wrist. You know?
You're like, I was 2.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then my mom was a school teacher out there, but my mom's like 5'2", and so her standing next to his waist, know, So really fun story of my mom's, so grew up and like my first jersey was a Spurs Robinson jersey.
Yeah.
My second jersey was a Shaquille O'Neal jersey. So I've always liked
big guys.
I always liked the big guys getting down under the hoop and getting gritty.
Jealous, jealousy.
Yeah.
All right, important question: how did you find hockey in New Mexico?
New Mexico, yeah. So my dad's from St. Louis. It's diehard Cardinals fan, diehard Blues fan, and so then St. Louis doesn't really have a basketball team, so it really kind of came to that. Like when it came to following pro teams, I'm like, oh man, they don't have a pro team, so kind of that one, like joke, started moving me away from the NBA, and then then college basketball just so much faster, so many more. Same thing with college football. So many more mistakes, so much more fun as a game versus one mistake and game's over. You know.
They all make mistakes back and forth, which is why I find it unwatchable.
Nice. Well, I feel like the NBA is kind of it's just gotten so much faster, and like NHL, the same thing. Like a couple years ago in the NHL, they got away from the physicality, and then players like Crosby were really able to come up. But players like Ovechkin that really are those hard fought players stayed around, and now we're seeing that. Now the guy that is fast, has hands, has a good shot, can also rock you, And I think we see that a lot with basketball, like Morant, just a young player, two-way basketball player, able to get in, get gritty, piss people off, and keep it going,
Yeah, it's basically just how sports work. Everybody gets faster, everybody gets stronger.
Right.
Like conditioning's better, training's better. You start younger, like you take the blueprint you saw before. And you're like, how can I make this better? How can I put a spin on it?
Right.
And then sports just evolve like that.
We just don't think like the tall, big, strong guy has to be the guy anymore. It's like you can be slender, small, as long as you're athletic. Like you bring something to the table nowadays. You don't need.
Well, and then you got like Lucic, just a huge dude, strong guy, but man, he could shoot from anywhere. And so now you can't give him space. Whereas before, like Shaq, if he was outside the 3 line. Shit, if he was outside the paint, you're just like, leave him alone, just make sure he doesn't drive on you, But now you can't give those guys.
No, those guys are, he's big, and it's like, he's not even like cut, right? It's like, he's just naturally strong. You can just see like his body type and just who he bangs up against. He's just one of those like old man strong guys.
Nice.
You don't want to mess with him.
He's already, I view him the same way. I'm like, he's already got old man game. He's just like getting his butt in there.
Pretty much
he's
uses
still pretty young though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Is he under 30?
Oh, God. I think he might be under 25.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Really? Wow. Yeah.
He's a mutant.
Yeah. Talk about getting younger and faster. Right?
For sure. For sure.
And slimmed down, so he's like, he had like all his baby fat, and now he's like, oh, I actually have like muscle under here. Ha ha ha. Learn to play defense too. What about that? How about that? Ever learn to play defense?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And be a hype man and rile up the crowd.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun whenever. That's a 5-tool player right there.
Yeah. Bringing all the sports. Bringing all the
sports. Nice. But hockey in New Mexico. So I grew up in Rio Rancho, which is outside of Albuquerque, and very much like Folsom to Sacramento. And so Intel was the major industry.
Okay.
And so with that, and when I was in high school, the Intel had the largest fab in the world, fabrication facility. And so it was bringing in, tons of people all over the world. But I had a lot of friends that were all from Massachusetts and New York.
Okay.
Right? And so there was a lot of East Coast transplants. And then part of the deal with Intel moving into Rio Rancho was the city of Rio Rancho made them build us a school district, basically. And so with that, it was everybody that was moving to town was moving to Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
And then, like most places, everybody has one rink, and so we were all going to our Blades, which turned into Isoplex, and now it's 7 more names, but local rink.
But a lot of kids knew how to skate already.
There was just the culture was there, right? Nice. And so the dads were interested, but a guy moved in across the street that was a walk-on tryout with the New York Rangers. Also went to culinary school in New York. I traded him my BMX bike for a toolbox full of chef knives, and he threw in a bunch of books and everything. I mean, I went the culinary route really because of Frank Mastrandria's influence.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right? And so it was one of those, like, I was playing street hockey out front and ankle. So we were playing street hockey out front, and he came out and he's like, "You ever think about playing hockey?" And so my mom got her undergrad in sports medicine, and so she was like, no physical contact until you're 13, right? Yeah. Which now all this concussion stuff coming out, I'm like, thank you, Mom. Yeah, saved me a little bit there.
Cut the curve.
So then it was 13, and all my uncles played football. And she was like, but I want my wide receiver. I was like, Mom, I'll go wide, receive the puck, score. It'll be great.
Yeah,
same. And so we just had really good coaches, really good programs. I spent my summers working in Texas with my grandparents. My grandma was a realtor. And so I would do summer camps with the Texas Tech football team.
Dope.
As training, and so spent my summers doing that, saving up money so that all winter I could spend $4,000 playing hockey.
Yeah.
Which is why I've been working full time since I was 16, because hockey is stupid expensive.
Oh, yes.
Just bought a new pair of skates for $800. Yeah.
That's nuts.
They're great skates.
Yeah. No, of course.
I mean, same reasons why basketball players spend hundreds of dollars on good shoes, right? You break your ankle, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're not moving, So
you need that protection.
Yeah. But then moved out to Sacramento, the ice rink in Roseville, got on a beer league hockey team, and the Make Money Millionaires. Check us out on Instagram. Nice. We like to have fun, but just all in the love of the game,
Yeah. My buddy plays hockey still in Sacramento.
Nice.
He's a little short, red-haired guy, but he's balding mostly, named Dan,
Dan.
Short, balding, red-headed guy.
Maybe.
I don't know if he's on the same.
Yeah, Dan. I do know a Dan that plays. A lot of times when I see people, we got helmets on.
That's true.
That's
true. I'm not healthy. He's like, describe the thing that's definitely covered. Describe the thing that's 100% covered.
Right.
Like just short Dan. He's like,
short, like a guy named
like
Dan
5 foot short.
And that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you get.
Oh yeah, Short Dan.
Short Dan. We all know Short Dan.
Yeah. What, short people love being called.
Yeah, right. They love
favorite
it.
adjective.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Dainty Dan. That's what
I'm
we call
5'8". I am 5'8", American average height.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is again coming from a 6'2" guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Everybody's short to me, except for the people that are taller than me, and then they're giants. So I'm like, I feel like a small little boy. And
bigger they are, harder they fall.
That's true, and I know it because I'm often fighting them. That's not true.
That's what happens.
Nice. Awesome. Funny.
So, what would you say your guy is when you're watching basketball? Who's the person you turn to?
Man, I really like Morant these days.
Man,
he's just
I was just
so
thinking about this on the way over.
He's just so much fun to watch, But then seeing him when he was in high school, basically. But just the training regimen that he would go through, the family dedication to the game, pretty hot headed, but also has it under control.
He's short also for the NBA.
Yeah,
exactly.
and skinny, but man, he's fast. He's got good hands. He's got good awareness.
He's strong. He'll power through all that stuff.
Right.
No, it shows leadership. It shows you can tell everybody's galvanized around him. As soon as he got there, and remember there was that thing with Iguodala where Iguodala didn't want to play.
Oh, yeah.
Or they couldn't decide if he was going to play or not.
Oh, yeah,
he was just I don't want you on this team.
Yeah.
Morant just kind of stood up and said, I don't want you here. If you don't want to be here, we got people who want to be here. And
it doesn't matter how good you are if you're going to bitch and moan up and down the court.
And what a dumb move for Iguodala because that team's great. He could have helped.
He could have got 2 more rings.
And he's like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't like these youngins.
Just like I like Curry.
Iguodala was still pretty, I want to say, in his prime, but not that he's
He had
out
a couple
of,
years
but
left. Yeah. He just
right.
kind of
He could have done something. And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't see anything in this young team. It's like, how do you not see anything in this young team? It's like they have like three. They had Brandon Clark. They had Jaren Jackson. They had John Morant. Like, what are you not seeing?
That's actually something I love about baseball. That you see these old guys getting contracts, and it's one of the. I mean, like the Pujols deal. Like, nah, he's washed up. He's done. Let him go. Like, he's still smart. He still knows how to play the game.
Yeah.
His presence is going to make the young guys better.
Yeah.
And so
you're paying for not just
you're paying for that
production.
intelligence.
You're paying for everything else.
And like Iguodala had intelligence. He's like, I'm not wasting it on these young guys. Like, what an old
A selfish
man
move,
move.
man.
Yeah,
Selfish garbage
exactly.
is
That was just kind
That's
of
a young
selfish.
man move, actually. That's
Yeah.
an old man.
Yeah.
I think has the wisdom to know his play.
Well, I think
role.
some old people, what am I saying? Some old people, sorry.
like we're
some
not
older
old
players
people.
like think the young guys don't respect the game. So like, I'm not going to teach you anything. It's like
Yeah.
they're just trying to make the game better.
just
like,
playing their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you learned what you could and couldn't do. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you pass
And I
on?
don't know if it was personal even.
Yeah.
But I just liked Morant like stepping up and just saying like, this is my team and I want to be here. We have people who want to be here. You don't want to be here, that's fine. Like, cut them, like whatever. But
Right.
I don't need you taking up the space.
Yeah,
Right,
you're just taking up space for
I'm
a
sure
guy
he had
who
a
really
huge
wants
contract
to be here.
too. Because he was.
Yeah,
because
they
he already
basically had
like
a
3
buyout,
rings.
and then he went to Miami, I think, that year. Yeah, so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, Morant's up there, man. He's got to be one of the best.
Good dude. 10-ounce Castillo. Of course.
Yeah, I'll do it, Steve. Yeah.
I'll do the same. Thank you.
Can't not have a Castillo.
No.
Right. It's the whole thing. You can't come here. You get an IPA or a pale ale of some sort.
Nice. There you go. All right.
Yeah. Now I am drinking the Partner in Crime,
Nice. Yeah.
which is your India Cream Ale.
Called an India Cream Ale. Yeah, we're just making things up now with
Okay.
that one. But yeah,
Great.
So Partner in Crime, the PIC is made. I made that with a man named Stan Rudall, and so he's worked for Airgas for 20 plus years, retired. So I knew him during the Rubicon days. He was our sales rep. But man, he would come in and be like, our company allots a certain amount of money for like protective equipment. What do you need? So he was always coming in like looking after me, giving me
that's
gloves.
cool.
Like, man, those gloves are wearing out. Let me get you new ones. I'm like, no, they're fine. There's no holes in them. He's like, I'll get you new gloves, dude. He'd give me new goggles. I mean, he was ordering me boots. Just taking care of me. So like and then he was a home brewer. So he'd come in, check on me, and leave with a vial of yeast or something,
Nice.
or
Nice trade-off,
hops or
Yeah,
whatever,
sure.
And so I got to know him really well, and then years later, I meet Ray and Annette, and we're starting Alaro, and we're kind of pulling all of our people together, and we start talking about gases and what company we should use, and like how to rework the system and stuff. And I was like, I got a perfect guy to call. He's like, oh, okay, you should call your guy. I got a guy too, but if your guy doesn't work out. And I was like, oh, right on. Yeah, my guy worked for Airgas for years. And Ray's like, my guy worked for Airgas for years.
No
and I was like,
way.
oh, he's retired now. And he was like, my guy's retired now. And I was like, is your guy named Stan? He's like, my guy's named Stan. And that was one of the, the beer flavored beer thing is another one of those. We just had 10 of these things just right off the bat that were
Lined up.
elegance over gimmicks, the Castillo recipe. All these kind of things that just fit in and like, this is going to work out just fine.
Yeah. There's some signs like that you
right.
just know the partnership's going to work.
Exactly. Which, I mean, at this very moment, he's over at Airgas or whichever company we're using these days. But swapping out my oxygen tanks, looking for a new O2 flow meter for me. Just one of those. Anytime I'm like, man, I wish it worked like this. Well, let me think about that for a minute. I'll get back to you. Awesome, Stan. Thanks, man.
Jeez,
Just check it off my list.
Yeah,
move
exactly.
on,
You're
right?
like, it's off my mind
Yeah.
now. That's great.
And so he's still an avid homebrewer. So we're always kicking things around. Thank you, brother. And so his wife loves hoppy beers, and so the Avenida is our favorite of his beers. Is her favorite of our beers.
There we go.
He likes it as well, of course, but and so he always brews basically a hoppy lager for her, which she loves, but then it's like, but it's not Avenida, it doesn't have the same sweetness, which then it's like, well, yeah, it's 7.2, and so he developed a beer which he calls an India Cream Ale. right? And so loved cream ales, and so loves the adjunct sugar, right? So we get a really dry finish, just the right amount of sweetness without having to add, other specialty malts, which can firm up the body a bit. And then Hallertauer Blanc is the hop that we were focusing on. So then there's the whole concept of using adjuncts to keep the mouthfeel soft, trying to use hops that have low alphas, trying to keep the bitterness soft, trying not to have a bunch of piney, sprucey flavors, trying to keep it nice and fruity. And so then we used a hazy yeast strain, which then I also had plans to brew our Ballesta. So it's got a nice brewed this beer, harvested the yeast off of this, and then was able to go right into the hazy. Which harvesting hazes is not always ideal because you treat the yeast to flock out, and then you move it on to the next beer, and then your beer turns out clear. So wanted to keep the ABV low to be able to move it along quickly, and then again just letting those soft hops kind of shine. And so by accident, I would say. I've always heard Hallertauer Blanc being a nice substitution for Nelson Sauvin, and I'd never seen it, right? So we've used Hallertauer Blanc many times, and sure. If you say so. I don't get that, but if you're getting that, awesome. And so now, but using that hazy strain, kind of bumping up the juiciness, the softness a little bit, using rice and oats, first sip, I was like, oh shit, there it is. That does taste like Nelson. Really berry, juicy, wine-like, sure, but not overly grapey. Sure. More of those nice soft fruity flavors. Yeah, and so it's been pretty fun telling cream ale. I don't like lactose. And you're like, well, there's no lactose in a cream, which I get, that cream concept.
You got to do the whole thing.
So then I got to tell people what a cream ale is, and then I got to tell people what an IPA is, and then why it's not a pale ale, And so I couldn't call it a pale ale, but it's not a cream ale because it has too much hop, but it's not an IPA because it's too low in ABV.
Yeah.
So the PIC ICA.
It's like we created it. We get to choose what it is, and this is what we're saying. And drink it. That's the.
I don't know how many times people have to probably be told that it doesn't have milk in it.
Hoppy blonde. Is that better for you? A hoppy blonde.
Yeah, no joke, right? Yeah. That's really what we would have had to have done, But in fairness, those guidelines are there for a reason, so that when you drink a blonde ale and you fall in love with a blonde ale, the next time you drink a blonde ale, it tastes the same. It's not like, no, this is a pale ale or something else.
We hope anyway. Yeah, you hope.
But
I mean,
you hope. You can lead them to the creek, and hope they drink.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's just a bunch of missed shots. It's that's just a lot of grabbing a lot of board balls. That's just a 1950s NBA style. The beer's changed. It's like you want something refreshing and new that you haven't had before. I think it's like it fits the basic guidelines, but it pushes the boundaries. I think is what people are looking for at this point.
And I think you want somebody educated who's obviously we all want everybody to drink beer, but I think when you make things like this, you really want people who love beer to
be like, oh, I see why.
I see. Yes, this is awesome. I see I get the creaminess aspect. This is not the normal style of a creamy, or they didn't have to put it on nitro to make it creamy. You get that just like this because of the fact that he used rice and oats, and he used other aspects other than just fancy stuff to
First sip, I was like, "Oh man, there's that Nelson flavor." Second sip was, I should have put it on nitro. Not every beer, but man, there's something special about a pale beer on nitro.
That rounded flavor, just like a more full body.
It's almost cheating in a way, but it's so good. Most things are really good.
Have you ever had a Pilsner on nitro?
I don't think so.
Dude, I mean, so we all know the slow pour pills. Everything we love about a slow pour pills. I feel like a nitro pills is right there in the same world.
Interesting.
But I mean, the foam is so nice and the cream is so nice. Oh yeah, it's such a good beer. Yeah. So Carling Black Label is an English beer. Comes in nice tall slender glass. When we did our Pilsner, it was between a Czech style pills or doing that beer, but then it was the idea of trying to keep up on a 6-week lager and nitrogenate that beer was a little daunting.
Yes.
Which it was we'll get there. Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't have an empty tank, so no, it's not happening.
Yeah. I think it's only fair that we discuss what player this beer is.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Now, it's the first of its kind. Small beer, big punch on it. Now, obviously, we talked about John Morant. That seems like an easy pick, so I'm not going to do that.
There you go.
I'm going to go Spud Webb.
Oh, nice. There you go.
All right. I like
Quick,
it.
efficient.
I like it.
And, like, nobody knew what to do with him back then. Imagine Spud
Right.
Webb today. People could, like, utilize a guy like that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You know what? I think you're just going the short route.
Yep, I
That's what
am.
we were
I'm going.
talking about
I'm
that
going small
earlier.
package, big
Why?
power.
And I feel like you're just,
Taking the easy route.
I think you're taking the easy
That's fine.
route.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Muggsy Bogues. No. No. I don't know. That beer is really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's
Super flavorful.
yeah. You tried to sell me on it. I said no. I went with the Spaniard.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
That was just incredible beer. I'm really enjoying it. But that one is like naturally creamy. Like
Yeah.
it is at the first. But I get like your thing as you go through it, your palate changes.
Yeah.
So then it's not. You don't get that creaminess
Yeah,
again.
big hop wallet. Then it's opening like the fruitiness to it. Like it's just, yeah.
But it's still the style of beer I love because I love hoppy bitter.
yeah.
And that's exactly like it. If you're a pale ale drinker, right there for you. If you're a lager drinker, right there for you.
Yeah.
Just soft, fruity, real hoppy. Yeah, but no bitterness, no shock to the palate kind of thing.
Yeah,
soft and
like
fruity,
because usually I don't like cream ales because I like the bite, I like the cut, I like the bitterness that I usually don't get once you get into those. Like, is it Hess that makes the cream ale?
Oh, are you thinking about Mother Earth? Maybe?
Yes, or is it?
That makes a vanilla cream ale.
Yes,
Yeah, Mother Earth.
Mother Earth. Yeah, that one like is really, it's just really too soft for me. But I get like that could be introductory for a lot of people who aren't ready for like a crisp pale ale or a pilsner or something really hoppy. But to get back, Mashburn, I like that beer.
Okay.
I compare it to Mashburn. It's kind of like he has attitude. It's again kind of like John Morant a little bit, but not as much leadership. He kind of just does his own thing. But that was back, in the 90s. You could get away with that. You're just trying to get shoe deals.
Yeah, that's true. This is good. I give this a shoe deal.
Yeah, I definitely
There
give
you
it
go.
a shoe deal.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the greatest compliment my beer's ever gotten. Shoe deals, shit. That'll pay the bills.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Rest on your
Can
laurels.
that give me another cold box? Yeah.
Exactly.
You keep your shoes, give me a cold box. Yeah. Nice.
Or I guess another tank. I guess that's what you need right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nice. I need packaged beer. I need to be able to move beer out of my tanks faster. That's
Yeah.
That once I solve that problem, we're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how is that going? Because you guys do kind of a bottle style as opposed to
We
the
do.
can
Yeah, we
style.
bottle over can. That kind of goes along that elegance over gimmicks.
Right.
Now I'm not calling cans gimmicks. Can is a superior package. Better for the environment on the consumer side. Glass is better for the environment on the manufacturing side.
Right.
We source our glass locally. I bottle as I need it, right? So, and again, this is because we're small. I bottle like 8 cases at a time, right? And then I sell those cases, and I'll bottle 8 more cases. So the other nice part is knowing that there is no beer outside of this building that is older than 90 days.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
and,
Nothing going to waste.
and that is because, bottle shops buy beer, and I'll send you a case, and then we work out with them that we keep an eye on the shelves, and so then as you get down to 2-3 bottles, we bring you another case.
Nice.
So a little bit more work on our side, but there's 5 of them, so it's also like better, kind of like when you think about the labor pool these days versus 50 employees versus 5 well-paid employees.
Yeah.
Right.
And so obviously
And you got quality control.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
that way you know, again, what other people are holding your stuff and not just keeping it in a warm closet somewhere.
Exactly. Well, and then we're so small, no filtration and all findings or just time, right? So great for the final product, but not so great for stability.
Yeah.
And so there's certain bigger chain stores that don't refrigerate their product, and You know, as much as I would love to see their paychecks come through, I also know that we'd end up having to buy beer back at some point, and it happens to the best of us. You know, every now and then you got to take a keg back at faulty seal or didn't get cleaned properly. You know, we try to mitigate those issues, but
yeah, it happens. It happens. All these things are living, living creatures or organisms. Things are going on.
That's it.
So you got to take care of it all.
Yeah,
it is the fun part. And I always loved, as being in the industry, cooking and everything so long, that I really got along with head brewers because I felt like we were both out there, like putting our art out there,
yes, sir.
Trying to appease people, but then also trying to show off what we can do.
That's the alchemy side of my title. That Duke of Alchemy. The Alchemist was one of those books I read as a young man that just kind of set me on the path. And exactly that, just understanding our materials, our ingredients, our systems, our styles, our techniques, our preferences, our sentimentality. So, the way and I always talk about the sentimental taste bud. If I can cook a lasagna that tastes exactly like your grandmother cooks, it will be the greatest thing ever cooked. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a jarred sauce and store-bought mozzarella, versus like making your own noodles and like mozzarella. Like that is probably the greatest lasagna you ever had. But you're like, this is so.
Exactly. It doesn't take you back to that spot.
No, but like, man, you like the ratatouille thing, right? I just got goosebumps talking about it. But you take a bite and then like it flashes back to his grandma's
all
kitchen.
these memories,
yeah. Like that's what we're trying to achieve every time. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was a chef before a brewer. So kind of what took you into food is what took me into beer. Like I worked in kitchens growing up, and long nights and weekends. That's hard work, man. Although I probably threw my back out brewing, not working in the kitchen. I probably maybe would have lasted
There's other
longer.
Things you throw out of whack in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Like your liver. A lot more booze consumed in a kitchen than beer here.
You
which is
do
very
a
strange.
lot more things to deal mentally than physically.
Yeah. The immediate rejection of something. Like I just put all my heart and soul into this, and it came back. All right, cool.
All right, back at
and
it tomorrow,
and you have to go remake that thing as opposed to beer. Somebody sent the beer back. You don't know.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Somebody sent this beer back. That's somebody else's job.
It's their fault if they send the beer back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Know what you're ordering. It's not my fault you don't know what an India cream ale is.
We created it.
How many more descriptions can I give you? But again, all of those things are things a chef has to deal with, or anybody else. It's like you try to make it best as possible, that they just understand what you're trying to put forward, and then you're trying to put your art out there, and you just, please God, just take it, even if it's like criticism. Just give me something like
to work
that.
with.
To something to work with, and then most of the time you get nothing, or it's just not what I ordered, and blah blah blah. But I mean, I love them, and I know how hard he works. I know how hard a lot of people around here work, and your stuff is beautiful, man. I hope to see it in more places. I try to come down here and get bottles when I can.
Nice. Thank you,
That
man.
stuff is really good. Castillo, obviously, who we're about to have next.
Oh my God! I just took a sip. It is just
so good.
My
It's from the
taste
source.
buds are just having a great time today.
Nice.
Like ready to go.
Yeah, perfect.
Last one I had was in a bottle, so I know at the source it's going to be.
There you are.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Did we ever do an Alaro beer on the episode, or did we drink the beer before we started recording?
We drank the beer before.
Yeah, sorry. We meant to talk about your beer on the air, but we would drink it before we record an episode. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's already gone.
That
means the whole episode was our beer, right?
It was pretty much. Yeah. It was powering.
Well, we just take so long to record. We're like, oops, I drank that beer. We're supposed to hold on. Like, you want to do this Thursday? Sure. We'll do it Thursday. And then like Thursday's like, we can't do it.
No, we can't.
And it's like 2 weeks later, like I already drank that beer because we're supposed to do this 2 weeks.
Yeah,
ago.
we both had. I gave him one so we could do it at the same time.
Yeah, and then we just drank them.
As you should.
Drink it
at
fresh,
some point,
right?
at some point, you're like, I'm going to insult this beer on air. Why would I do that? Like, why would I? I mean, I wouldn't.
It's got to be fresh in my mouth if I'm going to.
Well, I know what your beers taste like. So if it was like a past due, I'd be like, I would still talk about like a fresh one.
Nice.
Like, I had your beer, and I'd be like, I know what this is. I'm not gonna.
There you go.
I could probably talk about how it changed. That's probably a positive thing, as a player gets older, some skills fade.
Those knees start hurting. You can't cut back as more.
Yeah.
You got to focus on your your offhand passing. Creating some deception.
Maybe focus on defense more.
Get your turnaround and
one of my
your fadeaway and all that stuff. Get that mid-range game. You got to work on that.
Oh yes.
And again, like we talked about, to get your butt in there. You got to get your butt in there.
Got to
get gritty, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get smarter, not work harder, right?
Yeah, because you can't work harder. You're like, this is as hard as I can work. This is all I got.
You're like, do you want me on the floor or not?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, no.
So, have we been following the Kings at all, Chris? Like,
I have, man, and I gotta say the beam,
it's the best thing.
Enlightened it for me, right? So, like I started saying, I have a fun story with that the Kings Lakers series years ago.
Oh, boy.
So my sister's ex-husband, his name was Herb. I called him Rosemary all the time, like that perfect younger brother, just always trying to jab him.
Yeah.
He was a diehard Lakers fan. We should have realized that when they were getting married. They're divorced now. She has so much better of a man now. He was years older. He was like the cool older guy in the neighborhood, and so like obviously she fell in love with him. We all did anyway. So diehard Lakers fan, bald guy. We made a deal, and he had this like big old goatee. We made some sort of bet where like he had to buy me a new basketball hoop, and if the Kings won, and then I had to shave my head if the Lakers won.
Oh boy!
So
we all know how the story ends.
We all got screwed that year, guys. And I have long hair now. I had long hair then. It was demoralizing.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I felt cheated.
Yeah, and
many levels.
It,
Yes.
What a word! That's a. How'd that feel? Like physically feel when you're like, there's wind rushing across my head now in a way that it has never done.
How did it feel to you guys watching Kobe lift that trophy?
Oh my God!
Yeah, same. It was about that feeling, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Game 6. That feeling.
Yeah.
Was
That's how I
like
felt
we
watching
knew.
my hair fall
Yeah,
to the
you
ground.
knew your hair was gonna fall to the ground
I knew
in Game 7. You were like,
Yeah.
we're
felt
not gonna
cheated.
win this next game now. Like we're going to lose.
Yeah. But man, I loved Williams. You know, that guy, he was just so much fun to watch. I remember watching him as the same thing that, like, this guy's before his time.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, like, same thing. Nobody knows what to do with him.
They didn't know what to do with him.
Man, like Magic Johnson style ball movement, you know, could shoot from anywhere, was electric dunker, you know, all of those. All
The
of
fact
those
that
things,
what
you know.
Adelman was able to corral him.
Yeah, for the
Like
most
that
part.
was a wild horse.
Yeah.
Doing crazy things, street ball stuff in the NBA game, multiple times in a game, passing on his elbow for dunks, like ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
And Adelman's able to corral him and get him so far, and then they just knew they had to upgrade because he could only get so much out of him. But yeah, he was a lightning rod. He made me a fan. Weber was my favorite player.
Yeah, of course.
But when I saw him, I was just like, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
That guy was great.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's hard to bring that over because, like,
Yeah.
so many street ballers have come to the NBA and just failed
Right.
miserably.
Well, it's just like the option quarterback going into the NFL.
Yeah.
Right. Like I
Bring
think
all the sports in.
Michael Vick's the only one to
Yeah.
do it. You know. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, but it also he got really hurt before he figured it out. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Right,
always
it's a
bash
reason
you.
why it doesn't work because it's like eventually you have to throw the ball. You have to read a defense.
Yeah, right.
You have
Yeah.
to make another play. You can't
and-
just be all athleticism.
And pro linebackers are also
Yeah.
fast.
Faster,
as you.
stronger. Yeah.
Bigger.
And that's really what it is.
And
Like
same
once you get to the
purple.
pro level, like those tricks don't work.
Right.
We've all seen this. We've all
Right.
seen this. We've all defended
Right.
this. We all know how to play this.
Right.
But like
We do
the
this
fact-
in practice. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
we goof around too.
Yeah,
you know?
I could do this, but I understand that 25% of the time that's a turnover, and that's a lot of turnovers.
Oh, right.
Right.
You can have
But-
so many highlights and there's going to be tape on you, and we're just not going to let that happen to us.
Yeah.
We're not going to be
But, like-
Carolina last year or something like that. We're going to.
But there's still something about that moment where it works. Like I don't care how much defense you played, how much you watch the tape. He's going to do something new they haven't seen,
Yeah.
and it's just like. And then Chris Webber grabs that pass and like immediately gets it out of his hands to Divox or gets it to somebody else. Like you can't
recreate
get ready
that
for
anymore.
that. You
No.
can't get ready for that.
No.
When there's like 3 above average passers, like not even close to like above average is like an insult. Like you've got
Nice.
3 great passers.
Yes.
Like what are
We
you
were
supposed
all
to
trying
do?
to get everybody the ball, and when it was like
A
again
time-
in a Shaq Kobe world
where dumping it down meant
get
there was
those
a
two
layup.
guys the ball, nobody else. When you're passing it, it's like Weber's the best player, he should be getting the ball. He's passing it behind his back, like
Yeah.
you said, to Divox, who's less offensive, but getting an easier play.
Yeah.
When you're wide open and 8 feet tall, you better make it.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it down the court, and they're scoring fast. And those were obviously the days in built Sacramento, helped build Sacramento into what it is too as a sports town. I'm glad they're still here. They look very impressive right now, 5th in the Western Conference.
And if I could just
winning games by the strong defense.
Yes.
Yeah, they're coming in. I mean, you hire a defensive coach because the offense will take care of itself. And I'm not a big Mike Brown fan myself.
I was not.
Because he's not a good offensive mind, but he's kind of like, I'll get out of the way on offense. I'll just make sure that,
But it's incredible what he's done with them. They double team they double team Durant, coming up the court. They do things where I don't know you could get professional athletes to do this.
Yeah.
And the way he's able to do that with a young team, and this is what we talk about too, it's like he can do this with a young team.
Right.
Would he be able to do this with more veterans involved, later on, if they brought in somebody else, down the stretch,
guys that are already focused on their type of game. No, this is what this
right.
is how
If you
I
just
do
bring in
it.
an offensive guy, which they don't need, obviously.
But they don't need it, yeah.
But it's if they brought in an offensive guy, how would that help? Because it's he would have to buy into that hustle. Monk, all these guys talk about, Mike Brown makes them work so hard in practice.
Yeah.
He's we have to come out on the court and play. He's I spend too much time out there practicing not to do something.
To me, that's what makes a good coach, though, right? So, somehow, some way, that guy was able to walk into that locker room right away and get those guys to believe in the process, right?
He's hi, I've won multiple NBA championships.
Which in a player could easily be well, you had LeBron.
Right.
He's right.
In their head, they could totally be you had superstars. You had Steph Curry. You had this.
Rob Archie actually made, one of the summits, he was giving a talk on staffing and teamwork and things like that. And he used an analogy that I absolutely love because I had a hockey coach that would make the same concept or same connection. That working in practice, working on a drill, he was my job was to come around the top, set a pick, run full speed to the corner. He was dude, I would do that 100 times a day. I'd never touch a ball, would never dribble, but we knew that was that last second play. And he was and guess what? I worked my part in that to set that pick, run to the corner. And he was what I knew is that the more believable I made that sprint to the corner, meant that at least one or two defensemen are going to look or move or drift, and that gives my guy who's the shooter. And Rob's I was a low-paying guy, I wasn't the shooter in this moment, so give that guy an opportunity. And so apply that to hockey, right? And so I play left defense. Sometimes my favorite thing to do is just kind of drift into the net and then drift right back out. And then if nobody follows me, then I drift in and I'll skate in front of a guy and drift right back out. And then that guy turns.
Did you just try to pull or?
The only way that works is if I do something throughout the game and make them believe that I'm a threat, right? Yeah. And so then obviously I have to have other parts of my game on point, but realizing the teamwork aspect, that this is my job. If I do this job, we win. And so that's what the Kings are doing.
No, and
there's a reason there's 5 guys. It's not one. I mean, even LeBron knows that. Playing with a good team. There's a reason why he tried so hard to get all of his friends to join him in Miami, right? He knows that a good team build. And too bad he forgot that when he went to LA. But, but nevertheless, it's. And I had a hockey coach. We'd watch a bunch of soccer footage. And so you guys are talking about it's mainly FC Barcelona. But talking about just moving that ball quick. If you have one guy driving up the court, double team him, take the ball, you got a fast break the other way. But if you get 4 passes before you're even across half court,
nobody knows where to go.
Now you've got the defense moving. You're gonna find outlets.
They're trying to find somebody's going to chase the ball and then leave a wide open space.
Exactly.
That's kind of what you're hoping for. Is the guy can't help but chase the ball. So it's if you're not moving around and moving the ball in the opposite direction, then you're not the guys can just stand there and wait for you guys to be open. But with all their movement and everything that they're doing again, and just selling stuff, knowing that again at any time, maybe not this time down the court, but maybe 3-4 times down the court, you're going to get the ball in the corner this time. but you didn't get it the first 3 times because they got a layup. But now they're going to double team go into the layup. Now you're going to be wide open. I can throw it to you, and you're going to get it. So it's like those kind of things like are built in, and then they just know that stuff works, and you can see that they are clearly buying in. And we were wrong. We were wrong about.
I mean, you guys are hating on him, huh?
We were not fans. We were not fans.
Yeah, but
we thought there was another way they could go. But we just thought they had already went to this warrior well of getting these coaches.
And like, we're getting a defensive coach, but like they forget the offense still needs to be a factor. It's like we're going to instill these like rules and stuff. It's like, but you have to have buy-in on that. You have to be somebody who has like. And for whatever reason, they bought him with Mike Brown. I'm pretty sure it was the championships. But
I'm sure it helped. Yeah. I helped having Domas. It helped not having Buddy Hield. It helped not having Marvin Bagley.
People that wanted to be there. Yeah, right. It helped having people that want to be there.
Yeah. The GM, we were right about. We were right.
Yeah. So, I think I questioned the Sabonis trade initially.
You did.
As a
you
thing.
Still feel like we gave up too much.
No, not at this point. Because they made a few more trades after that. I'm like, oh, there's like a plan. There's like a thought process to all this. They're not just like doing this to do this.
They got 4 things for Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, they got DiVincenzo. They got what's his face. They got it's been going off.
They got Holiday. They got Davis.
Davis. There we go. Yeah, and I'm just like. Those were moves that they planned, like we're going to free up the space, we're going to get these guys.
We're only going 1 for 1 here, but we're going to give 4
over here
guys for this guy.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, they have like a plan in place. I'll take a plan in place.
And this is a good long-term plan too. Like you're talking about, like developing defense. Like guys will find their game, they'll find their shot.
Yeah, the shot comes back.
But then you start creating Bud and the stupid beam, man. How genius was that?
Oh my God.
Talking about it,
Best so now you got literally the best marketing thing they've done in 10 years, maybe.
No, it's the best thing they've ever done.
Ever. Probably ever.
Well, we spent a lot of money on that building, so they better put a fancy beam on top.
They better put a beam on that bad.
Yeah. Everybody better be looking at that
but
building.
But it's like, I don't even care that people are like making fun of it the other way around. It's like the fact that people are talking about it at all.
And we're lighting it more often than we're not lighting
it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of went on a run once we put that up there. Just saying,
Yeah, I'm just saying. Here's the thing I'm going to talk about. A lot of sports media is talking about how the Jazz have lost nothing after giving those 2 players up and getting all these draft picks and players. They're 500.
Yeah,
there you go.
But they get all this national media.
Great. They started off great.
They get all this media. There's nobody writing about the Kings.
10-2, and then they went like
nobody outside of Sacramento is writing about these Kings.
No,
it's okay.
It's coming. It's fine. It's fine. It's coming.
I get the doubt. It's been 20 years.
I think that's the hard part, though. That like we're finally going to get that playoff berth, and everybody's going to be so damn excited about it. And then
downtown, can you imagine?
And then like it's probably going to be our first round exit.
Of course.
Well, that's
but downtown. Can you imagine how it's going to be
yeah.
down here? Like just the excitement to have that and the potential, and not have to think like, here's another year again. Nothing's going to happen.
It's a wasted year. I just don't have that. Yeah, and like.
Now you know it's going to be something to build on.
You're supposed to lose in the
when
second
you're
round.
building
And
a
then,
team, yes, this is how it's supposed to be.
Like, obviously,
and then you
not
get
every
momentum,
team.
and then you win championships.
Right,
but
not always, and I get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's
only one team can win.
Yeah, 1 in 32. You can only win. One every 2 careers, like good careers, like good superstar careers. Nice. Half of those people, if they all won evenly, would win a title.
Oh no,
no, my St. Louis team's doing pretty well.
Hockey.
We have a World Series rings on our toes.
Oh, okay, that's.
I'm saying all things being equal, obviously there's teams that win a whole bunch of stuff. So it's never, and it's not equal. That's the point.
But no, basketball isn't. If you think about who's won the majority,
Charles Barkley has not.
It's been the Celtics, the Lakers, and then Chicago for 5. It's like the next team. Like it's like there's not a lot of teams.
Waves.
But it's been 20 years since we've had. I mean, the Warriors. 19. The Warriors. No, I take my comment.
Like the Warriors, but that's the other one. But
yeah.
that's what happens. It's like. And then LeBron sprinkles in a couple every day.
Yeah, and the Spurs are like, "Hey, we're still around.
Hey, don't forget about us."
I know.
But you
being a Spurs fan, always happy with how that team played. Just solid. Nicole, thank you. Always happy with how that team was playing. Always just solid players. Never drama. Never.
No, the Spurs are great. I hated how they just always got. Again, I wouldn't say obviously they're not Sacramento. Like they're better than Sacramento, but it's like they got hated on for the same reasons, like being in a small town, not really having like an attraction, and Charles Barkley enlightened it with the Riverwalk and all that, the jokes. But that team was good. Like that team was good. They had players that wanted to stay. They had a cohesive unit. Like they had the three guys.
They had the pieces.
Yeah, they had the pieces. They had Ginobili bought in, Duncan bought in.
Bowen
Parker,
bought in.
yeah, Bowen,
Parker,
yeah. Good Lord, like he won MVP. Like I mean, it's like, oh my God, like so
the Curry before Curry.
yeah, really,
yeah,
really.
That was going to be my with the PIC, a player to name after would be like Curry, right? A lot of European influence, but put into an American style. And just dominates, right? And
nice.
Where it's just like full court shots, like just throwing it up there and being like, damn, that looked good.
Yeah,
yeah.
He makes it look like he's gonna every time.
Do you see
like
those five in a row of him just like shotting?
What?
There's a video of him balls in the basket,
over his
just
head.
fucking. Is he hook shotting him or is he throwing like football?
It's basically like over his head.
It's almost they're almost
behind
backwards,
the head,
almost backwards,
almost
like,
backwards.
He's just.
So it's semi hook shots.
Like 5 in a row. It's just
Stupid.
yeah.
But it just shows how
right?
much you're in. Like he literally sleeps, eats, plays with his family, goes to basketball. Sleeps, eats, plays, goes to basketball. Like that's all he does. You can totally tell, obviously, that's because he's just a gym rat. Like, and those kind of guys are gonna be good. There's just nothing you can do about it. Obviously, it helps to have like non-injuries, and we always thought that he was a good shooter, but knew his ankles were going to give out at any time. But they never, like he went to the ankle doctor in the future and was able to like keep it alive. But yeah,
we always talk about that on our hockey team, right? Like hockey's so much leg skating and stuff. It's all IT bands.
You got to build those.
Like dude, if you do not stretch, you're not standing up straight. It's it builds so much, and then lifting kegs. It is
lifting kegs does that too.
Dude, oh man, it's
I've
so
done
much
that a
on
lot.
the lower back, like lower and upper back, really. Yeah. And so then when your hips are tight and your back is hurt, it's just
I know nothing about it.
Yeah,
don't watch me stand up. Right
They're like,
yeah,
I've been in it for 2.5 years. That's how I've watched for 2.5 years.
Dude, Active Body Works right down the street here. I swear to God.
He's working on it.
Yeah,
but he looks like he's carrying a cake all the time. Like he looks like he's carrying a cake all the time.
It's the worst. But the reason why those athletes are able to do it is they have trainers. They have people that are stretching them out. They have people that are watching them.
Yes.
That guy says my knee hurts right here.
They get something exactly.
They're working on the hip right away, right?
Yes.
It's all about stretching, creatine powders and all this.
Oh, when I ruptured my patella, the work that they did on my rounding muscles, I didn't even think about. Like they're like, no, if you don't strengthen this, they're like, this is just gonna break. You're just gonna rupture it again.
Yeah, I was in a conference with the Warriors head medical guy, and he's like, yeah, when I was like younger, I was like, tell people like, oh, do they have this twitch like right here in their back? It's like you need to check their shoulder, and people would laugh at me. And I'm like, no, it's just there's a weak muscle right here that people tend to have weak.
Yeah.
But if you stretch it out properly, it will get rid of this problem. And he's like, for 20 years, I was fighting to like point out that that's what you need to look out first.
Yeah.
Because they all wanted to treat the injury,
isolated.
like what's right here. It's like, no, it's your whole body.
Yeah, what's causing it instead of
what's
fixing
hurting
it. Yeah.
What's hurting is a symptom of a larger problem most often.
Exactly.
And like,
well, and then you fix that one, and then your shoulder starts hurting.
Right. Yeah.
And your back was telling you, look out for your shoulder, dude. It's gonna hurt tomorrow. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Right.
oh, it's
like,
fine.
Yeah, I've been carrying your shoulder now for 30 days.
This is not how I'm supposed to work. So if you could
you don't
that,
mind,
And they're like,
You wanna
you fix that, but this is still a problem.
You want to lift with your knees a little bit more.
God.
Do your stretches.
Yes.
Do your stretches.
Everybody, do your stretches.
A reminder to me, do your stretches. I have so many stretches I'm supposed to do.
It's hard though, dude. Like, I mean, like
You have a kid?
You have a kid, like,
Yeah.
and a dog. Like,
I'm
like
a career.
He's
I'm
big
gonna
now,
stretch.
right?
I'm gonna stretch for an hour every day.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I was supposed to stretch for 2.5 hours
no-
a
I was
day.
actually late today because I stayed home stretching.
Do
to be
you
honest with
have? Do you have that long in a day? I have no.
No
I have
way,
no.
dude.
Where are you
freedom.
finding that hour?
This is my freedom right now.
You got to give it up.
The way I
Yeah.
look at it, how slow it takes me to get up and walk if I like take all of those times throughout the day, that could have been 15 minutes of stretching. You know?
Yeah, true.
That's for everybody. I assume our listenership's our age. Stretch it out,
Dude,
stretch it out.
yeah.
Even if you're 21, stretch.
Stretch it. That's also true.
Yeah,
Good
true.
It's
point.
easier when
Start-
you're young.
Yeah, if you
Don't
start
wait.
early.
Don't wait.
Do
Don't-
it before you need to.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
try to do it
we're not
Preventative
old.
Masons.
I'm 35, right? But like all of those cliches that all of the older men in my life have always told me, like, watch out for 25, watch out for 30, watch out for 35. Man, everyone has been
And you're just
true.
like, ignore
So
it.
true.
I'm like,
Yeah.
not me, not
Oh, yeah.
me. Oh, no.
it
It was
goes.
You're
me.
just a crazy old man that ate too much red meat. That's
Yeah.
your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, no.
We have modern medicine.
Yeah.
And then you just roll out of bed wrong, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, God.
wait, what?
Oh man, Glenn, the former owner of Rubicon, used to always say that. Like, you know, you're getting old when you hurt yourself sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember giggling about it. It's not so funny anymore.
Yeah, no,
You know,
because it's
it's
just setting
it's
in.
very, very true.
Wake
Yeah.
up angry because you don't know how to lay on your side anymore. Like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Kids is when that happens.
Kids
Yeah.
is when that happens.
I've just been waking up just like screaming pain in my hip every day. I was like, cool. Which
Cool.
side can I lay on?
Yeah.
None of them? Cool.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. I took just like a handful of pain pills before I came in here. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be sitting for a while. Let's just hedge our bets.
Yeah, that's the way.
Well,
to
how
go.
many fell out of the bottle? That's how many I'm taking. I don't give it a vigorous shake, obviously. It's a light shake.
No, it's like shit.
It's usually no more than
subtle
4. No more than 4, typically speaking. I have eaten 6, but
Easy on that ibuprofen. Dude.
yeah. Calm
That
down.
shit's not good.
oh
for
no,
you.
it's terrible for you. I never take it. I never take it. When I do, I'm like, just whatever falls out is what I'm gonna take. Like it's like once a week maybe. Because I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
it's not so bad as
That's
this.
not bad. That's not bad.
I
He
just don't want to be
goes,
squirming
I'm here
around
for a
during the
good
interview.
time,
That's
not
it.
a long time.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to be here for a long time.
I make that joke with my wife. She doesn't think it's
No,
No,
she
they
doesn't
don't.
know.
When I
No.
make jokes about, I'll make it to 65. She does not find
No.
that funny.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Not
she,
when you have
She
kids.
signed a contract for longer. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're thinking, well,
Yeah.
no, I want
This is
fun
a lifetime
after this.
warranty.
Yeah, I want fun after this
Yeah.
for you. And you're like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it's my life goal is to be playing hockey or organize hockey until I'm 60.
Regular Gordie Howe over here.
Oh, look
Dude,
at this guy.
I mean, and I'm okay. I'm okay if it's an old man league. you
Sure.
know, like,
Okay,
but
yeah.
The second I turn 50, I'm playing in the 50 over league. You know,
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not
I'm
trying
like,
to-
Yeah, like there's some guys that are in their
There's no
upper 40s
imagination
and,
here
and
where you
50s,
think-
you know, that are in our league, and sometimes I feel bad. Like, should I pull up around them? And I'm like,
You know what? They signed up for
Now
this.
you know what
They're
they
here.
wanted.
They
Yeah.
signed up for this.
Yeah.
Is there checking? Is there
No, it's incidental contact.
Oh, got it.
So
Okay.
you can
So there's a little rubbing?
you can bump and push,
Okay.
but no open ice hits, no hip checks. You know.
Play like a gentleman.
Yeah.
All right.
Which we all. I mean, shit, we play Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're on the ice at like.
Well, I mean, it's
10:45
not
at night,
basketball.
you
You're
know?
not calling fouls. I mean, so I'm like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, see,
you're
we have refs. You know, we have organized.
Okay.
It gets out of hand sometimes, dude. Like, there's definitely teams we play against that, like the Soylent Green. I'm looking at you. You know, those guys, man. There's some about our teams, man. We just don't meld well. But it's probably because we keep beating them.
Oh, and it's out there.
I mean,
And
that's
it's
also how
We call
rivalries
ourselves the
start.
Make Money Millionaires. We welcome it upon
It's
ourselves.
true. You kind of, you kind of with the
Yeah,
name.
our slogans: look good, play good. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was taught in high school. Look sharp, play sharp. That's
There you
Oh,
go.
I love it.
how it
I love
works.
it.
And I was like, we're high school kids. We don't have any fashion
You're like, I'm
sense.
not gonna get to
Like at all.
Duke
I'm not
at
gonna wear a
all.
suit.
Am I?
Yeah.
I wore a button-down shirt. Is that enough? I don't. And short sleeves.
I haven't got my button on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. And Illuminati.
Look at that. That's amazing. They're all in. How long have you been doing this so far?
I've been playing with these guys for what, maybe 3 years now,
Sweet.
going on 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who's your GM? And have they made any questionable trades and
Nice,
signings?
Man, we've actually had the same team. So two
there we go.
seasons a year. So there's a fall and a winter league. But we've had the exact same roster, I think, for three
wow.
complete seasons now. You know, and there were a couple seasons ago we started talking like, man, like some of the guys on the team themselves started talking about aging out, and because our team has
just keep
a
winning
Monday night
so
team
much.
and a Wednesday night team, so two different leagues. So some of the guys are like, I don't think I should be playing Wednesday anymore. But it was more like kind of like the Mike Brown thing, like, if you don't think you can do that, don't do that. Don't play that way. Like, let's find, you're a big body. Get in front of the net, you know. Let's work on passing. Let's work on our breakouts, you know. So then focusing on positioning. We haven't lost it September.
We're See, that's what I was like. Maybe they're like, dude, we're just
that's
so much. I should maybe I should just hang it up.
That's international Olympic play. Like every team's like, we've been together for 8 years. We're gonna whoop these Americans.
Oh my God! As soon as of course you're whooping everyone. Yeah, everybody just got together like this year.
They're passing the guys in the back of their head. They've been together 8 years. They know where they're gonna be. Just a heads up, you're gonna know.
Ask the Russians in 1980 how that worked out for them. Yeah.
Look, you can still. They're not undefeatable. It's just harder.
Yeah. It's just you just gotta play. You gotta play the game.
Yeah, you gotta play the game.
In the words of Herb Brooks, we're gonna take their game and shove it down their throats. You know? Yeah, that's exactly it. Fast. Like same thing. You're talking
fast
about
and
like
furious.
one guy running up the court. Double team him, get that ball from him, fast break the other way, get your point, get back on.
Get your point, yeah.
Do it. And just never stop. Don't let some guy walk in and call numbers and this and that. Like,
get on him. Yeah.
Give people.
No, I love that he does that. I love Mike Brown calls timeouts immediately if it's something he doesn't like. Like he doesn't waste them. He uses all of that to like be like, I'm not letting you guys play like this. Like we just talked about this, and he'll literally a point will be scored on him, and he will call an immediate timeout and say no.
It's 3 timeouts a half, right?
Yeah.
So I was just trying to think of like how much.
So I think
you can really
I think they
control
have
the momentum that way.
Full and partials.
Full and partials,
Okay.
and then I think when you get down to the last 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the game, no matter how many timeouts you have 2 left. So you can use. So sometimes you'll use timeouts just because if you don't, you're going to lose them anyway.
Right.
So they'll use those as TV timeouts or stuff like that. But most of the time, so on national telecasts like that. But it's like on most of the time, Brown uses all of them. Like I never see him not
leave one,
not use one.
Well, and that's like basketball being such a fast-paced game.
Just giving people a breather.
Yeah, well, a breather as well as a momentum change, right? You got a team that's starting to put things together and starting to click, and then maybe they've exposed something.
Never seen it more in basketball than when you call timeout. Like how quickly it just starts everything all over again. The crowd's out of it. You get the ball back. You're starting up. It's quiet. Like.
Yeah, because I was going to make the argument of a mound visit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
How much, but a mound visit can also rattle a pitcher.
Right. Like, why are you out?
Because he was in rhythm, and now he's got to think about more shit.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got that hitter a little bit more time to calm down. Maybe he was a little nervous in the batter's box, and now...
Now it's like, okay, the game's back to me because now this guy knows he's fucking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now they don't know what to do with me right now, which means they're going to probably try something sneaky.
Right.
Well, now they can look at tablets too. They get more time to do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like the game has changed.
My favorite thing about baseball movies is like they'll use those just to like fuck with the batter a little bit. They're like, we're not here to. This guy's not a problem.
You're doing great, buddy. You're
doing great. We're just here to like make him feel confident.
Yeah, we just didn't want your arm. We just give you arm.
We just want to make sure everybody's in the right position. Because the hand signals.
Because they used to do it because there was no time limit, but now they're starting to like question time limits. So now you only get so many visits and all that kind of stuff. So now they're being even more strategic when they do it.
A couple of seasons now of doing that time clock. A lot of the findings are showing that it's speeding up the game, but it is not affecting play at all. Like that, it is actually the very good for the game.
Batters still good as they are.
Pitchers have actually spoken out how much more they like it because
it just keeps them in rhythm.
Right. Oh, nothing like just hucking it in.
I think that's what most pitchers want to do. I was not a pitcher, but I know being in the outfield and stuff like that, it's like you don't want any lull in play. You want to just be ready.
Maintain your attention the whole time. This is 2022. Are you kidding me? I'm just like, I wonder what somebody's saying.
If I had enough time to go talk to the left fielder or right fielder, that's too much time.
Especially with everybody behind you chirping.
Oh, my God. Yeah. No.
And I remember my limited pitching experience. I just wanted to just get it in there.
Yeah.
Why would I give the batter time to get comfortable in that?
Right,
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like
Well, maybe the next sign,
the
let's
greatest
go.
pitchers have always controlled that tempo.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the greatest
Greg Maddux.
the greatest athletes control tempo, being able to
Yeah.
rush up the court and then drop back and settle down, and then
And
you got,
just
you got
know
people
when,
just anxious.
when
and
to
then the probe
strike.
into the paint and come back out. Yeah, you have to control all of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a dance.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The best know it because they grab the whole aspect. Like you talked about LeBron and all those. It's like they know what's bigger than this one particular play or moment.
Right.
And it's like, it's like he's going to take off a couple plays. He could block 10 shots up against the backboard.
Right.
But then I have no energy to come back down to the other end when I need to make a dunk or drive down the hoop or make a three later. So it's like he has to meter it out and know where the situations are in the game where other things aren't taken
We
about.
have to meter it out because we're humans.
Well, that's also
he
true.
makes that block and then full sprint the other way, and then somehow gets a breakaway dunk.
Yeah, it's like that's the whole length of the court,
Yeah.
plus
Twice.
going out of
Yeah.
bounds a little
Yeah.
bit.
We've only seen that a half dozen times.
That's more than anybody else does it.
Nobody could do that.
Who else does
one
it?
Time.
Yeah.
One time. Maybe Giannis once. I
Yeah.
don't even know if he could. He's really long.
Yeah, takes giant steps.
Giannis is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
He
we
is
spent a
real-
lot of time ragging on him.
Oh,
early
we
on
did.
in the-
Yeah. All right.
in the thing, but then we realized
His free throw shooting
it's
was-
the hindsight 2020 thing.
Well,
It's
again,
like
that was-
he's learning through failure, which
Right.
is like a thing I preach all the time in life, but
Yeah,
somehow
but yet
for
we
when I'm
still
doing
ragged
basketball,
on
I'm
it.
like,
I've never
nah.
heard of somebody
Still
with
we
a
get
championship
ragged on
ring
him.
being a failure. But
Well,
that's
no,
impressive.
Well, before
he was
he
learning.
won.
He was learning through it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
he
go-
would. We used to have this segment
Who's
called.
uh,
What was it? It was like dunk.
who's dunking on Giannis
Yeah,
now?
basically.
Oh, shit.
Basically, he was dunking on Giannis.
Yeah.
Funny.
And it was the goose. Or is it the goose?
Well, that's our dunk of the week, but
dunk of
yours
the
was
week.
always like,
But
who's
mine was
dunking on
always like
Giannis now?
So he would give a regular dunk,
I mean, not a regular, like a pretty
or like a
spectacular
pretty
dunk.
spectacular dunk, and then I would be like, "Well, who dunked on Giannis today?" But it was like because he would always go after the block, and
Nice.
and then eventually, as much as I ragged on him,
That's a
he
competitor's
made
move.
block. Yeah. He made blocks when he needed to in the playoffs. He eventually started making free throws. That's why they
Lock up your
won.
game, yeah.
Yeah, just kept getting better and better every
We kept
year.
on saying Chris Middleton
Maybe
was
maybe
the
he
real
heard you guys'
MVP.
podcast and was like,
He
guys,
had enough.
they're on
He
me.
had
I'm
enough.
tired of this.
Yeah, they've
They're getting
exposed
this in
me.
Milwaukee. They're getting this in Milwaukee.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's available in Milwaukee.
It
They got
is.
nothing else to do.
They
right?
don't have anything else.
They got nothing else.
Oh,
I've
no,
been
the
there. Nobody's doing
Packers
anything.
suck.
I have some friends. They're actually in town this weekend. Even they're from Madison, Wisconsin. So
Oh,
big,
the worst designed city in America.
right on that. What is it called? Not an easement. What is the not a peninsula?
No, it's
an isthmus.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Merry
That's your-
Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, there's your geography term of the day, an isthmus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
look it up,
slice
kids.
of lands surrounded by two different
bodies of water. It's not the
different bodies of
same.
water,
Yes,
yeah.
it's a gulf.
Uh-huh.
It's,
that being
the
said,
same
Madison's
body.
pretty dope city. Yeah, pretty cool college town. Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Milwaukee was a blast too. We were there a couple months ago. I was on a Albert Pujols chase, and like I was
Oh, nice. Trying to get that.
being a diehard Cardinal fan. My dad and I went to a game on a Tuesday in San Diego. So my dad lives in Albuquerque, and so we both flew to San Diego. Watched the game that night, flew home the next morning.
That's awesome.
Epic trip, man. And then the very next Tuesday, we flew to Wisconsin and saw him play at Miller Park. It's All-American Family Field or something like that, but
Yeah.
it's Miller Park.
Right.
You know.
I don't know.
And so as well, I'll talk trash to him about the Brewers all day long, because
Is he
my buddy Jake's a big Brewers fan.
Okay.
And so gotta run my mouth when it comes to baseball because Cardinals in the Central. Right?
Yeah, I mean, what have the Brewers done? They changed leagues. That's how they've done.
in the '80s. Yeah, the Cardinals beat them in the World Series, and then the next year, 2 years later, they switched leagues and then got put into the Cardinals division.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10, 15 years ago, they really they had Ricky Weeks and Prince Fielder and
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun, yeah, Mr. Steroid himself.
Yeah.
I got great players, but just
Yeah.
weren't able to put it through.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm always going to remember the Brewers for 1992, Pat Listash.
Oh, okay.
He was the Rookie of the Year, and then Cal Eldred was the Pitcher Rookie of the Year.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So
good young team that year.
they were bad. It was like it was like one of the worst rookie. It was one of the worst rookie seasons like for rookies ever. Pat Listach batted .246.
Oh my god!
And he was Rookie of the Year. He had like 6 home runs.
Yeah.
Like it was a really bad year.
That is a bad. That's a bad draft
Like
year right there.
the Mariners, because I was in Seattle at the time. The Mariners rookie was a 34-year-old left fielder.
Oh my god! 92.
Yeah.
Man,
Rich Amaral made his
no wonder
major
everyone
league
started
debut.
taking steroids.
It's just like
you know?
it was such a bad year.
It was like there was no
everything.
talent left. So
Yeah.
they had they're like Sosa, McGuire. Can you
help us out here? We're gonna go on strike and just kind of like reset what we're doing.
Yeah. It was the Expos' fault, you know.
Oh my god, so good.
They were just taking all the good players.
Yeah, they're like, excuse me, you're not following the Padres thing of trading all your good players. Why are you keeping all your good players and playing well? What are you doing? We can't have this. You need to move to Washington, D.C.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think the Padres finally broke the curse, though.
Yeah.
Finally got past the Dodgers.
Looking good.
Yeah.
We'll
They
see.
were looking to spend some money this year. That
Oh my
and
God.
man! Trey Turner turned them down. Judge turned them down.
Dude, they were
offered
just
Judge like $400
$400 million.
Dude, I actually didn't hear what what he signed with the Yankees.
I was like, where would they even put him? Like the same thing that they got Bogarts. Like I'm like, where do you even put all of
They did
these
pick up
people?
Bogarts.
Figure it out.
They did
Hey,
pick
they
up
got a
Bogarts, that's
DH
right,
now.
I know
Yeah,
there's
exactly,
a DH,
right,
but
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I mean,
Platoon him.
but it's like, what do you do with him, Tatis? I mean, they're saying Machado could opt out after this year, but yeah,
If they have another
it's
good year, I don't
crazy,
think
man.
he will. He'd be
Yeah.
stupid too. I don't see him being successful anywhere else.
No.
I'm still mad
That
I'm
short
still mad
right-
at him for bailing on Baltimore. Dude, Baltimore would be killing it right now had Machado stayed with them.
Yeah, they're young
a
and
good-looking
good.
team.
Yeah, that whole
but,
division's
dude,
good.
Yeah.
Gonna be good.
I was,
young.
I was a big Orioles fan when I was a kid because of Cal Ripken.
Cal Ripken,
You know,
yeah.
like, that guy's just everything.
Everybody's like a big fan from Brady Anderson. That's right.
Oh, dude, that's so funny you said that.
Speaking of roids, we're just gonna.
Yeah.
Oh,
one of my friends, his wife, she's theater all the way. Like anytime we start talking about sports, she gets up and walks away. I was talking about the Orioles the other day, and her head like pops in. Like, are you guys talking about the Orioles? Like, yeah. You're like, oh, Brady Anderson.
You
I'm
talk
like,
about BJ Surhoff?
yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're bringing up Anderson for different reasons than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the right reasons.
Yeah.
Classic sideburns.
Classic. He's a great player.
50 home runs.
Yeah, even without the 50 home runs, he was a great player.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a great center fielder.
This is our food and drink break.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Alaro Craft Brewery.
Yes, it
No.
is. And
Now-
kitchen.
Phil, I noticed you've taken care of your Castillo, the classic
I did. It was so
IPA.
good.
It was so good. And you know what that means we got to do?
We gotta compare it.
We got to compare it. Now, you made this beer. This is your
Yes, sir.
home beer. So, what do you think? If you had to call Castillo an NBA player,
NBA
past,
player.
present, not future, you don't get to just decide who's going to be in the NBA later.
Yeah. Ooh, future. Nice. That actually would be fun. If I was following college basketball any closer, it'd be fun to name a future player that has like that old school classic upbringing style of gameplay, but then like gets put into a game with that fast pace and is still able just to control his momentum. Isn't trying to be flashy. Is just playing his game, doing his thing. Not worried about it. To me, that's Castillo. Malt backbone, classic C hops.
Yeah.
It is beer flavored beer. Right?
Oh, man.
That classic West Coast.
So good. Yeah, it's like if I'm taking somebody here or visiting and they like beer, this is where I'm going.
Oh, nice. Thank you very
Like,
much.
I mean, I've talked about it. You guys, Urban, a couple others, they just make classic style beers. All the ranges that people who like beer, and you're gonna hit the notes.
Nice.
And Castillo, I mean, it's won awards.
Yeah.
You know, You know everybody loves it.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, that gold medal right away. We were the youngest brewery to ever win a gold medal.
Wow,
I know,
that's awesome,
we the deadline to register was June 26th, and our grand opening was June 30th.
Oh man.
So it was definitely one of those like, should we enter this year? And I'm like,
yeah,
how many entries do we get? And they're like 6. I'm like, we have 6 beers.
Yeah,
You know?
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely put us on the map.
As they say. And of course, the previous space also got put on the map for other reasons.
So right.
Carrying on the rich history.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this beer is absolutely an ode to the past. So ode to the past of the Rubicon IPA, but the Sierra Nevada Torpedo, Lagunitas IPA, the Stone 1.0, not 2.0. But just those classic malt backbone hop. You remember Green Flash, the double IPA?
Oh yeah.
But it was like 7%. They were calling it a double IPA, but
back
7%.
then that would be, because
right?
like an IPA was like 6.2 or whatever.
Dude,
So
I remember being afraid of that beer.
Yeah. And now you're like, it's
now I drink.
whips.
Now I drink 2 20 ounces of Avenida before I go
Oh
home.
yeah,
7.2.
exactly.
Yeah. To be young.
Oh, the good old days. The good old days.
But yeah, just that malt backbone, man. I feel like so many people are just so afraid of specialty hops, of pale malt. That being said, I drink PIC as much as anything.
Yeah.
There's just
so good though.
Just that lager mentality. Not that that's a lager, but that soft mouthfeel, soft body.
Yeah. Lager style.
Lager-esque.
Lager-esque.
All right, so we got to figure out what this beer is. It's a classic IPA. That's how you describe it, classic IPA. Just big, bold hops, a little fruity. Just gonna get the job done, like you said.
Yeah,
Just,
touches all the notes.
Yeah.
To me, big Kings fan here. I'm gonna call it Keegan Murray. He comes in, he does his job. He's not flashy. He hits four threes. He treats it just the same if he's 0 for 6. He doesn't get overly overwhelmed, which scares me sometimes because I feel like maybe there's something mentally wrong with him. But the fact that he just consistently goes out there and does what he does, he's a perfect fit for that team. And I think Castillo fits in perfectly. He just goes out there and does his job. If he's not hitting threes, he's making good blocks, and he's killing it. I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, man. Now I got to think of a player? All right.
Yeah. And it can't be SAG every single time. Or SGA. Sorry,
I've never once compared a beer because he's incomparable, first of all.
Oh, excuse me. These 3 beers combined.
I'm a Thunder fan, so you just have to forgive me. And
talk about another small market with the team.
Yes,
we
love small markets.
Yeah, hate the ownership, but that's fine. That's I'm required by law to just clarify that every time it's brought up.
Yes.
But
Asterisk.
I'm gonna just I don't know if it's gonna firebomb the room or we're all gonna agree on this, but I'm gonna go with Mark Jackson.
Okay.
All right.
Steady point guard, Knicks, Pacers,
Yeah.
lefty.
Hall of Famer.
I like it. There you go.
Is he? Oh, the NBA Hall of Fame sucks because it's the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Well,
That's right. I forgot about that.
Everybody's in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. Everybody who's ever touched a basketball is in the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Sounds like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Like what defines this? Like you've played basketball and people know
Have
the
you
name.
gone on tour?
Yeah. It's the worst Hall of Fame. It looks terrible in there. It looks real bad. It looks
really
real boring.
does.
I don't know how you take an exciting sport and make it the most boring Hall of Fame, but
Ouch.
the
It's
Hockey Hall of Fame is
NFL
pretty cool,
ruins-
right?
Yeah.
NFL
Dude,
ruins like the All-Star,
The Hockey Hall of Fame is
Oh,
epic,
that's
dude.
great.
The building itself is the original Toronto Maple Leafs ice arena. So the building
I mean, right
is
away,
a relic,
that's already
They
They
and
care.
You
They
walk
care.
into history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole room for the Stanley Cup, right? All the retired rings. Absolutely the most epic trophy in sports.
That's
course.
true also.
The only trophy in sports that is the same trophy
Every year,
right?
yeah.
Like other sports, they get like their own trophy printed and
Yeah.
then they get to display it,
like,
which
no.
is cool because when I go to St. Louis, I get to go to the Cardinals Hall of Fame,
And it's theirs,
and
and-
I get to see all 11 of them, and it's beautiful.
You just I
There
get to
we
go
go.
to watch all 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cup is beauty.
Yeah.
35 pounds of stainless steel.
Yeah, you can
And
drink out of it, spit in it.
We brewers love our stainless
Sleep
steel.
with
too.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
They take baths with
It's
it.
actually
We've
sterling
heard all
silver, not
kinds of
stainless
stories.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I love the most is stories people say that they've gotten to do with the cup.
Yeah, because you get like a day with it, right?
Yeah,
everybody gets a day. Yeah.
Everybody gets a day. It's been fished out of the ocean. It's been taken out of pools. It's been dropped. It's been broken.
Dropped.
It's been scratched.
It's the Liberty Bell of sports.
Yeah. No, we fixed the cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Nah, man, that's a trophy.
That's
man.
a trophy.
You get your name on it.
Yeah,
Get your name on it.
etched in there forever.
Forever.
Everybody who sees it sees you. Like that's.
Yeah. I got a
cool.
picture standing next to the cup. It goes on its tour. It came to Albuquerque one time and got a picture next to it. But there's a superstition that you never touch it.
No,
'Cause
right.
If you touch it, you never win it. And I was in the middle of. I mean, I played competitive. I played on travel composite teams. Played in college. Had that moment of opportunity to like join a junior team. But I would have like it would have been my life. I was gonna go to Nova Scotia. Like from Albuquerque. It would have been so far from family. I was 16, 17. Yeah, my mom said no. Yeah.
But that's
the end of the earth.
usually how you do it, though. It's like
Sometimes my mom said no, kept me from playing football and getting concussions, and kept me from moving to Nova Scotia. And now I have degrees and a job. So.
Yeah.
So
you're doing all right.
And all your teeth.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah.
all your
I have a
teeth.
deal with my mom. The first time I lose a tooth from hockey.
Right.
I have to pay her back for my braces I had when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna try not to knock out. I wear a face mask.
Okay.
I make jokes like they don't make money. Doesn't pay me enough to to lose teeth out of it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just like rec league or anything, it's like you can't afford to
Yeah.
pull an Achilles or something.
I mean,
you just can't.
I can afford to throw my back out.
Sure.
but I can't lose my teeth.
Right.
No.
That's your moneymaker.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
All right, we have
I
to get out of
can
here,
still
right?
drink beer without teeth.
That's true.
We do.
It's true. You got but you can't to get all the rich flavor out of your food if you're not mashing it properly with those sweet chompers.
That's it.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
You probably
some
still can.
chicha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we usually do the to-goes or cans to
Oh
get
yes.
available.
Where can you get them?
Well, why don't we
I
talk
mean-
about all the bottles you could get here?
And all the
right,
bottles
yeah.
that aren't beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got wine. You
that's
got
right,
the
too.
whole
Right.
bar.
Yeah. That's when we talk about Alaro, we're technically 5 companies in one, right? We've got a tap room brewery. We've got a full restaurant. We're a wine bar, full curated wine list. We're a cocktail bar. Full curated cocktail menu, and then we have distribution, right? So we're selling bottles and kegs all over town. Yeah. Nice. So we're always we're just trying to do what we do. We have our model. We're really proud of it. COVID threw us for a loop because it really changed. Like our whole concept was trying to fill the table with flavors and with color, right? That's why our water glasses are blue. All the colors of the beer rainbow. Getting cocktails, you start to get all these little other garnishes and stuff, beautiful drinks. Colorful plates, colorful food. But Spanish food's all about sharing, right? That tapas style. That got kind of thrown for a loop, unfortunately, when we could no longer, 1, dine in, 2, people don't like sharing anymore. 3, all the state workers don't work in downtown anymore, so we're not getting, there's not the happy hour crowds and things like that of the past. That being said, people love us. We get so many. It's just always like when you're enveloped in it. Like I got branding all over everything. When you live and breathe it, we're always trying to like, oh man, what if it was this or that or this? But then people come in and like, dude, it's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. And you're like, that's the point, right? And because of that, I don't have to make hazies and sours and fruited beers and things like that. Like if you want a peach mango flavored something, like I recommend a cocktail.
Yeah.
Like I can make that for you fresh, versus sitting on 10 barrels of a mango infused something. But a lot of that is because we don't have a lot of package sales, right? So I'm not fighting for space on grocery store shelves. We're more bottle shops, high end convenience stores and so much,
Yeah.
So, and then again, like a lot of it, I want people here. Right? I want people at this table. So every bottle we sell out in the market is more of just like a little calling card somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm not making money on that bottle on the shelf. We're not moving volume through bottles on the shelf.
It's getting somebody in the store,
right? Which is really fun when we're out.
You
looking
want
for new
somebody to take it with them.
Exactly. I want somebody to come here, fill their table, eat well, enjoy themselves, and go home with a couple bottles. But a growler is not the right way to package that beer. So we have a nice little bottling line in the back. So like I said, I bottle fresh, right? I don't have to worry about scheduling and trying to bring in a mobile canner. No. But then the biggest deal is I don't have a lot of cold storage space. So bringing in a mobile canner and doing a pallet of cans only works if I sell all of those immediately. Yeah. And so then it's like, well, sell them all immediately, right? So then you try to look at like doing bottle releases and clubs and things like that. But that's there's a lot goes into that, and then
expectations,
right?
As well.
And I don't want to be like a pessimist, but then it's like, but what happens if it doesn't sell?
Right.
Then what do I do with it?
And how do you retract
and
that?
You got to realize, and you got to realize that like it takes a couple moves until you're getting full sellouts every night.
Yes.
But then also, we're an upscale restaurant. I don't want to use the word fine dine. That kind of goes with that the elegance over gimmicks thing.
Yeah.
We're just this is street food. We're just trying to be.
It's upper mid-scale for sure.
Yeah.
Like you guys use quality, fresh stuff,
yeah.
and you guys make just like the beer. It's all made fresh, and you guys give everybody the full experience. Perfect. I think that's why people love it so much.
Love it. Thank you, man.
Great portion sizes, great beers.
Yeah, I love coming here. This is a great spot.
Love it, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thanks for the kind words. Fun talking sports as always.
Yeah.
I know when Ray said that you guys emailed, it was one of those like, basketball. Can I talk basketball? I was like, of course I can talk basketball. Yeah, I talk sports all day long.
Yeah.
But that was
if
like,
we can talk basketball.
But I'm going to talk hockey.
Right.
I can't.
That was in the email. I was like, he's going to talk about hockey. I'm like, that's fine.
That's right.
I have nothing to say about it. I threw a Gordie Howe reference in. I feel like
I didn't want to bring up my penguins.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about it.
I mean, man, hockey and basketball, they're so similar of the same game. One was in the north, one was in the south. There's no ice in the
they're
south.
all the same sport. They're all the same sport. Like attack the goal. How do you make it so it's easier to attack the goal?
Right.
Find your open space. Football, same thing. Hey, there's a hole in the defense. Exploit it.
Right. Yeah.
But that's
and stop the other guy on the other end. That's all you're trying to do.
As everything in our society, we saw some native tribe doing something, and we thought, hey, that's a good idea. I could monetize that.
Yeah. How can that benefit me?
All right. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
And then I get all the glory. Great.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Anyway, that was a great end.
That was great. I think that's the perfect way to end this.
Yeah. So that's the episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you did, we don't. And all right, Chris Keeton from the Alaro Craft Brewery. Thank you so much for popping on.
So much.
Yeah, appreciate you both.
Thanks for having us. Delicious food, delicious beers.
Fantastic guest.
Love it. Yeah.
We'll compare more of your stuff to more players probably just over time.
Yeah, we just got to get more of it.
We just got to not drink your beer so fast.
Yeah, we got to.
Is the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Or just buy more and then.
That's also true. Yeah. Just buy, give me the case and then be my own shop.
There you go.
It'll
make your back feel better.
Here.
Yeah, that's true. That does help.
Yeah.
All right, so this has been the episode. I've been one of your hosts, Ben Rice.
And I'm Phil Webster.
Reminding you
to
please dunk responsibly.
Silly boy.
That's harder to do.
It's better to do live. I think we do it better live than we do on video.